We are live. Welcome. Tony here with pickups with Blue Green Artifacts. Uh, I haven't done this in a hell of a long time. Don't know how many people watch these, but I don't really care. Let's go through. So we've kind of adjusted the channel in the last few months, changing it to pretty much just pickups. That's kind of what I do with my Instagram, Blue Green Artifacts, and that's kind of what we're doing here. So we have 4 big bags of books that we picked up at MicroCon here in Minneapolis, Minnesota. It was in Mounds View. We have a lot of little local cons like this. I was kind of impressed with this one. This one actually had some names. Dan Jurgens was there. I got a signed graphic novel from him, creator of Booster Gold. Great longtime DC artist and writer. Anyways, let's jump into it. I did bring a wad of money, hoping that I would run into some great deals on some big key books. I didn't really pick up any big books. We just picked up a lot of fodder. I think I spent about $450 total. And let's burn through this stuff. Again, I am buying things to either invest or sell. There are a few things I do buy for my personal collection, and if I'm looking at one, I'll let you know. Otherwise, yeah, this is all about selling it in the future. So first off, we got new X-Men number 143. This is not the first appearance of Phantom X, but either his best or second best cover. So when Phantom X becomes a thing, this will be a great one to grab for him. I'm just going to keep rotating and we're going to burn through them here. Oh, yes. In this stash, we found a dealer who had a bunch of issues of Sandman. They were kind of random issues, but I picked up the highest grade of the lot. Got about, I don't know, 10, 15 of them. Sandman, if you look at what's selling on eBay, if you can have a 9.8 of pretty much any issue, it is $150 to $200 book. 9.6 of just about any issue is 80 to 100. I mean, probably some exceptions here and there, but that's kind of where we're at with Sandman. It's just that beloved 75 issues. So it doesn't matter what they are, if they are a key or not. So we got some high grade issues. There is 48. There is 54. We've got 47. We've got 39. Some of these might be minor keys as well. I honestly do not remember. I think there's some more in the bottom of the stack here. This one I pick up anytime I can. This is a cool 80s homage to Purple Rain. There were 2 annuals in a row for Peter Parker's Spectacular Spider-Man where they introduced this Ace character who was basically Prince. And in both of the annuals, I think it was 5 and 6, they do this Purple Rain homage pose. I am from Minneapolis, so we have a pretty stellar Purple Rain collection going on. Got a little McFarlane, Spider-Man Wolvie action. Again, most of these I was picking up because they are high grade, number 1. Number 2, kind of minor keys or great covers down the road. Here's another Sandman, number 38. I do think the Sandmans, at some point, if they are 9.8 contenders, I'm going to send them in. We've got new X-Men number 116, the camel toe edition. Quietly, I think, did this one. We've got, I've been chasing Laura X23 for a while, and I had not seen a couple of these before. This is X23 number 3, kind of a manga version of X23. I don't know if this was volume maybe 2 or 3. How are we for glare? We're looking good. X23 number 2. Nice high grade cover. I think this was a separate volume. Maybe not. Maybe this is the same volume. X23 number 7. Cool pirate cover with Gambit. This one is a dime a dozen, I understand, but when you have high-grade copies of the first appearance or the second appearance of Daredevil, what the hell am I talking about? Deadpool. If they're cheap enough, it's a good buy. This is one of those X-Men covers that people just chase for the cover. Some of these Kiss covers, you've got the Gambit Rogue cover. You've got this one. A few of those important relationships are worth grabbing if they're in high grade. Newsstand or direct, either way. Again, some of these these are to sell. These are not for the PC, so a lot of these I'm planning on holding on to and choosing some to grade as you see fit. A couple dealers had kind of bargain basement. Some of these theme covers, action figure variants, Scotty Young variants. If I can get good characters for those variants for like $4 or less, I will do that all day. All right. So we got Black Suit Spider-Man action figure variant for Marvel Superhero Secret Wars number 1. We got the Wolverine action figure variant for issue 2. Spot is one of my beloved characters from back when I was collecting in the 80s. I don't think this one is his first appearance, but just love the character. I think at some point somebody's going to try to use him. Newsstand, nice high-grade copy. This one is a minor key, I believe. First appearance of, who is it, the Foreigner? One of Silver Sable's ex-husband or something like that? I don't know. That was Spectacular Spider-Man 115 in the direct. A couple more issues of Sandman. This is issue number 65. And issue number 63. Again, I think I got those for $2-3 a piece. So I would do that all day. What else? I haven't even looked at these since I grabbed them at the con and I was buying so quickly. Another minor first appearance of AmeriCop. That would be a touchy storyline to try to pick up right now, but it could be done. Here's another Copper first appearance of Capwolf. Love the Capwolf storyline. I am a big believer in Capwolf at some point. I know Chris Evans is out, but at some point we will be getting Capwolf. Could be a what if, could be something else. Halloween story, maybe. One of the early face-off covers between Daredevil and Punisher. Love that one. This one still doesn't have its due, but that is pretty much an iconic Daredevil cover. That will have value if you can find them in high grade. This is issue 241. This is another theme cover I pick up anytime I see them, if they're cheap enough. By cheap enough, I mean like $5 or less. This is Daredevil 236, Marvel Anniversary frame. We had some Deadpool issues. This one does not have a lot of value right now, but love that alien cover. Again, a lot of these, if you're looking at the price tags, they're not quite accurate. Some of them were coming out of half-price bins. Dazzler, not her first appearance, but her first solo series. There's a ton of these out there. I think I grabbed a couple. But again, in high grade, the mutants are on their way. There's another one. There's a million of them out there. New Mutants, number 100, first appearance of X-Force. This is the first print. Again, in high grade. We got some more high grade issues of Sandman 24. Nice low number there for $3. Number 28. Another one. Again, these Sandman issues, another 29. Go look at sold listings on eBay. They are It doesn't matter what issue they are. If it is high grade, a 9.6, 9.8, they are selling for good money. And 33. It's not easy to find these in high grade anymore. The printing that they did for these Vertigo titles and another one, 36. So happy to find all those. I'm sitting on a complete run of Sandman upstairs somewhere before it really blew up. I picked up the complete run in 9.8 or in near mint condition. I think I paid $200. That's crazy. Dan Jurgens was there. Again, Booster Gold is one of my, I'll be adjust here. Booster Gold is one of my favorite DC characters. I did jump on that series right when it came out. This is the hardcover for the first few issues. Looking really nice. And we have a cool Dan Jurgens signature right there. This is for the PC. This is not something to sell, but cool to shake his hand and chat with him for a little bit. That was fun. Again, Booster Gold. Fun fact, I actually put a little spec script together for Booster Gold back when I was teaching abroad and throwing around ideas for scripts for movies. But that's a whole nother story. This is, again, I didn't buy a lot of big books. This is maybe, it's $30. For a high grade first appearance of Archangel, he was one of my favorite characters. Love the look of him. Love this cover. Yeah, so I like that price. $30 for a really high grade copy. This was a direct. We have a first appearance of Doc Samson. I think I got that for $5. Incredible Hulk 325, another anniversary frame. Got a little bit of golden age, not golden age, but the good old days Star Wars. This is the first appearance of Jackson, the little green rabbit there on the corner. I swear that is exactly the kind of character that Taika Waititi would put into a Star Wars movie. And Taika Waititi is directing a Star Wars movie, is supposedly writing it as well. So I like Jackson spec. He appeared first appearance in number 8, so you got a low number. You got the newsstands available. Again, high grade copy. If you can grab them for $15 or less. Another early first appearance, Valence, has become pretty important in the comics. Another high grade, another newsstand. I like that book. First appearance of the human incarnation of Beyonder in his David Hasselhoff glory. Secret Wars 2, number 3. Again, in high grade. Another copy of this, Spider-Man. Oh, no, I didn't have this one out. Spider-Man number 12. Looking at these team-ups, again, Wolverine, Spider-Man, great Todd McFarlane newsstand. You look for these checking off multiple boxes, right? Where you got more than one thing going on. Cool cover, important team-up, newsstand, McFarlane, a lot of boxes to check off. This is another one similar to that Daredevil earlier. This, I think, should be an important Incredible Hulk cover. Early Bill Sienkiewicz, Incredible Hulk number 297 in the newsstand. High grade newsstand copy. Beautiful cover. Doesn't have the heat behind it yet, but it will. Submariner number 1 miniseries. I believe this is his first, not ongoing, but his first solo title. Back from the 80s. Again, high grade. Again, newsstand. Not a bad idea. There was another Sandman. Did I do this one earlier? Maybe not. 51. High grade copy. You sense a trend? If you're looking for cheap books, don't waste your money on the low grade copies if you're looking at Copper Age and newer. Marvel Zombies number 3. I just love this cover because well, Marvel Zombies is cool, but Jocasta is one of my favorite spec characters, and Machine Man is one of my favorite spec characters. So to have them together in a cool homage cover on a Marvel Zombies book, love it, love it, love it. Funny story. I bought this thinking I was going to get it signed at the con. Detective Comics 850 first appearance of the Gotham City Sirens. I had this book and got it graded and hit a 9.8 and sold it probably a little early. Still doing well. Cover by Dustin Nguyen. And there was a different Nguyen signing at Microcon. I thought it was Dustin Nguyen. I was wrong. It was Tom Nguyen. I don't know. So I didn't embarrass myself and go get it signed by him, but I did buy it and walked over there and realized it wasn't going to get a signature. So got a little Silk, Action Silk number 1, the first print. Again, high grade. Talked about this, some of the theme books. I will pick up Scotty Young theme, the baby variants all day if they're cheap enough. I think most of these I got for $4 or less. A cool Spider-Man 2099, number 1. Got another McFarlane kind of minor key. Isn't this is this a first appearance? I honestly don't know. Amazing Spider-Man 307. Not newsstand, but McFarlane cover, high grade. Gotta love it. I'm not a huge fan of design variants, but this is a 1 in 20 and art by Alex Ross. And it was less than $10. So Amazing Spider-Man number 1. Here's some more Scotty Young goodness. Got Rocket Raccoon. I know he did all the covers for one of those Rocket Raccoon volumes. Some more Scotty Young. Picked up a lot of these, the ones that have writing up on the top. There's a comic shop in Minneapolis called Comic College. Really good shop, great owner. He sells at cons across the country. He goes to the biggest of the biggest. And then he has a separate stash that he brings out for local cons. And he usually, he prices stuff to move it, half price. That's what you want to see, right? You don't want to see things that are priced above eBay prices when you go to a con. Like, what's the point? So I do end up picking up a nice stash of stuff from him. I got a bunch of these action figure and Scotty Young covers. Here's another one. Iron Fist, number 1, Scotty Young. There's an action figure, Terror Incorporated from Deadpool and the Mercs for Money, number 3. Terror Inc. was part of that run back in the 90s. Was he in the Midnight Suns? Something like that? I don't know. I don't know. Maybe I'm misspeaking. A few Deadpool covers that were cool. Night of the Living Dead. Homage for Deadpool, Night of the Living Deadpool number 4. Another baby cover, Deathlock number 1. Move it back a little bit so you can see. Again, these are high grade. Somebody introduced me to this one, and I've found it a couple times in the wild since then. Captain America White number 1. Another Scotty Young cover, but really cool design on it. I like that. We got a cool Phil Noto cover for Civil War II, number 5, with Black Panther. There are some awesome covers for Afterlife with Archie. This is number 10 by Frank Avila. Couldn't believe I found this for like $3. This is a minty copy of Black number 1, that series by Carrie Randolph. That is a great series. I'm trying to hoard 9.8s of that book, and maybe this one will send in as well. Comic College is good about getting some of these con covers since he travels to different cons. So this is the San Diego Comic-Con PX Previews exclusive cover for Astonishing X-Men number 51. This was a wedding issue. I don't even remember who got married, to be honest with you, but those guys, whoever they are. Another X-23 cover. I was a little iffy on this, but X-23 number 1, probably overprinted. I was not iffy on this, though. Hip-hop variants in high grade are harder and harder to come by. I got this one for $5. And I collect X-23s, so hey. All New Wolverine number 1, the hip-hop variant cover. We've got another action figure variant with Miles in Ultimate End number 1. Another Afterlife with Archie, Madame Satan. I had this, I think I bought it new and sold it raw for like $30. So pick this one up for $2. Some more Scotty Young goodness. Legendary Star-Lord number 1. I know some of these Scotty Young are qualifiers where you had to order so many of something else to qualify to buy them. Same thing with a lot of these action figures. Unless you have a diamond account, you really can't look up that info yourself. Action figure variants with Star Wars. I try to stay with the biggest characters just because there are a million characters, right? So we got Star Wars number 1, Luke, of course. Star Wars number 10, the Jawa. Star Wars number 11, X-Wing pilot Luke. We got Star Wars 13, R5D4. I know, not a major character, but he was in the first movie, so gotta love it. Tusken Raider from Star Wars number 8. Again, all of these $3 or $4, high grade. There's a ton of action figure variants out there, but there are collectors, definitely. This one was cheap enough. This was a 1 in 100 for Star Wars number 8. I think I paid $20 for it. High grade, again. We got a Chewbacca action figure variant for Star Wars number 4. This was I think this was the first volume of the Marvel Star Wars after they regained the rights. R2-D2, Star Wars number 6. We're almost through the third bag, and then we've got one bag left to go. Another Scotty Young, Chewbacca number 1, and another action figure, Princess Leia in Princess Leia number 1. And same book, different cover, Princess Leia in the Scotty Young variant. Right? All right. Last bag. What do we got here? Is that loud enough for you? Okay. I'm going to have to stash them over here from now on. We've got the first American Eagle. Love this cover. This is Marvel 2-in-1 Annual number 6. This one I would grab even if it's not in high grade. This one says very fine. I paid $4 for it, I think. American Eagle is a character I would not be surprised if he popped out sometime in the near future. We got Uncanny X-Men 251, another one of those iconic cover category books. This miniseries, especially number 1, I pick up when I can. This is Gargoyle. Gargoyle was a member of the Defenders back in the 80s. Cool character, cool look, would fit in with the horror vibe that we got coming up here. Halloween special. This one I picked up the whole series, all 4 issues for $8. Not easy to get this in high grade. This was a very disrespected book hanging out in long boxes for 3 decades. So good luck. I snagged the 9.8 on eBay back a while back, and that's probably the only one I'll ever find. Snakes on a Plane, number 1, the photo variant. If I ever run into Samuel L. Jackson, that is what I'm going to have him sign. Another fun 90s DC character, the Ray, with the foil cover going on. Love the foil, right? Another 90s foil, Gem, Silver Sable, and the Wild Pack. Newsstand. Love that cover. Not her first appearance, but after her first appearance, this will be her second most valuable book. Embossed, again, disrespected. Cardstock. So finding them without the bend right there is going to be not so easy. And that's a character Sony is looking forward to using. I never saw this before. 2099 sketchbook. I should pop it open and see what year it's from. I assume it's from that first run because it's all those first run characters, but I don't really know. Lady Rawhide. Picked this up because it was signed by Adam Hughes. Got a little good girl action there. And it was in high grade, I think, with a press. Probably 96, 98. So to have a gold label, CBCS verified Adam Hughes 9.6. I think I paid $20 for it. Could probably pull in a couple hundred. This is another mini-series, 2-issue mini-series from back in the 80s that I stumbled upon, and I don't remember it. I had never seen it before. She-Hulk Ceremony. It's almost like a graphic novel. It's square bound. There's only 2 issues, issue 1 and issue 2, or part 1, part 2. Some sort of Native American storyline. I haven't even had a chance to read it, but they had both issues for $10. I thought, why not? High grade again. Here's a book that I never knew existed. Vogue, an image title from Rob Liefeld. I didn't know. I did not know. This is one I was so pumped to run into. This is Quest Probe. It is a 4-issue miniseries. There is one. This is the whole pack. Again, there is a Spider-Man, a Hulk. Maybe it's only 3. Spider-Man, Hulk, and Fantastic Four. And they'd written an X-Men story that they didn't print in the Quest Probe series. They ended up reprinting it years later in Marvel Fanfare, which I have that one somewhere. I don't remember the number. Quest Probe was a video game, a computer game back in the 80s. This was back in like Apple days, where you had the Apple computer or IBM in your school. Commodore 64. I think there were 3 or 4 different versions of the Quest Probe game. The Quest Probe, if you remember the movie Big, where they had like a comic book that you could make your own choices, that was his big pitch in the movie Big to the toy company. That's basically what this is. It's like a computerized comic book. I don't think the stories were like amazing, and the games didn't do incredibly well. But graded games are doing really well on the market right now. So to go back and get those graded games to go along with some of these books and maybe get them graded. I do not have any of these yet, but sent off to CGC. But yeah, it was really cool to stumble upon that because that's a lesser known series. And I thought, anyways, pretty cool. Another first solo series book that would be good to grab, Hercules, #1, the newsstand variant. This is the whole miniseries, the 4-issue miniseries. Another Sandman in high grade. This one is issue #6. Pretty low number. Paid a little bit more for that one. We've got issue 19. This was the Midsummer Night's Dream issue. I don't know if this was the regular one or the error variant. The same guy had 2 of them, one for $5 and one for $2. Grabbed them both. That issue of the comic, this issue of the comic won a literary prize. Back then it was the H.P. Lovecraft Award. Since then, they've changed it to something else. But it is a literary award given to novels and short stories and authors, and it had never been awarded to a comic book before. And the panel was furious that it was not only nominated to a comic book this year, whatever year, what was it, 1990, but the comic actually won. So after that, they changed the rules of the competition so that the award could never again go to a comic book. So kind of an important book, I think. Vertigo, we all know, was kind of the first foray into mainstream adult comics from DC, and the fact that this one kind of did seriously broke that barrier into the realm of critics and such. Plus, when they do this issue in the show, it's going to be pretty cool. And there's an error variant and a regular variant. They're both about 50-50. I don't think one is more rare than the other. But anyways, 19 is undervalued right now. We got Black Orchid Book 1. This, I'm going to give props to Reggie Collects because I learned from his show that this is the first comic book writing work for DC done by Neil Gaiman. So, happy to find that. A couple of randos to finish things off. We got the Incredible Hulk number 441, the cool Pulp Fiction homage, and then we will wrap things up with Amazing Spider-Man Annual number 22, first appearance of Speedball. I actually like this Speedball story. I like the fact that he joined the New Warriors. I like the fact that in the comics, his involvement with that explosion with Nuke that killed all those school children and sparked off the whole Civil War storyline, which I know we didn't get that in the movies, but because of that, he lost his jovial nature and his playful powers and switched to a emo character named Penance, who punishes himself for his sins. I thought that was a kind of a cool transformation. I don't know if we'll ever see New Warriors in the movies, but I like the character of Speedball. Yes. Maddie K. Hey, I appreciate you stopping by. We just burned through a whole bunch of books. If you jumped in part way, go ahead and click on it once I click end, and you can start from the beginning. Cool. Appreciate it. Hope you saw some cool books. Again, I didn't, the last con I went to, I found some killer big books that I was sending off to CGC. All of the stuff I picked up today was, I'm happy to find them. Again, I think there's a lot of dollars in the books that I was able to grab, but nothing, no like $1,000, no 1K books out the gate. I think the next thing I might sell, I will go through those Sandman issues with a fine-tooth comb. And if they are 9698 candidates, get those sent off, because it is true. Any issue of Sandman, even if it is not a key and a 98, has been selling for about $200 plus. So you can't really go wrong with a $3 purchase and a $40 investment once you get it pressed and graded. So cool. Maddie, thank you for tuning in. And we're going to do this again. I've actually got a whole nother stack of books that I hadn't shown, but I'm not going to do them all in one bout. That's just too much. This was stuff we got at the con. I got another stack of things that have shown up in the mail this last month, but we'll do that again. Peace. Enjoy what's left of your weekend. Laters.